Let's try a quick puzzle. A baseball bat and a ball cost $1.10 in total. The bat costs exactly $1 more than the ball. How much does the ball cost? If you're like almost everyone, a number immediately sprang to your mind: 10 cents. It feels intensely satisfying, completely obvious, and it practically shouts itself at you. But if the ball costs 10 cents and the bat is $1 more than that, the bat would cost $1.10, bringing our total to $1.20. The actual answer is 5 cents. And if you got it wrong, you're in good company. More than 50% of students at Harvard, MIT, and Princeton failed this exact test. The psychologist Daniel Kahneman won a Nobel Prize for exploring exactly why we make errors like this. His research revealed that our most confident gut feelings, the ones that feel the most correct, are often highly predictable, systematic mistakes. Which raises a strange question. Why is the human mind engineered to confidently betray itself? To understand that, we have to look at the hidden machinery driving our choices. Kahneman models the brain using two distinct characters. The first is System 1. This is your brain's fast, automatic, emotional processor. It constantly scans your environment, instantly reacting to stimuli, and crucially, it cannot be turned off. The second character is System 2. This is the slow, deliberate, and logical part of your mind. It's the only part capable of following rules, comparing multiple attributes, or doing complex math. But it has a fatal flaw. It is incredibly lazy. Because engaging System 2 requires intense mental effort, we usually avoid using it. Instead, System 2 acts like an inattentive manager, blindly rubber-stamping whatever rapid-fire conclusions System 1 suggests. That lightning-fast automatic response system was highly effective at keeping early humans alive in the wild. But in a modern environment that requires us to navigate statistics, probabilities, and complex financial forecasts, it fails. We end up moving through life as strangers to ourselves. We are completely unaware that a lazy supervisor is letting a fast, flawed machine make our most important decisions. Imagine a chief investment officer deciding whether to put millions into Ford Motor Company stock. It's a complex decision. But when System 1 encounters a difficult statistical question it doesn't know, it uses a mental shotgun, secretly searching for an easier question it can answer. In this case, the executive had recently attended an auto show and been impressed by the vehicles. His brain seamlessly swapped the difficult question, "Is Ford stock currently underpriced?" for a much easier, emotional question, "Do I like Ford cars?" He walked away from the table with the total confidence of an expert, completely unaware that he had replaced a complex financial valuation with a simple feeling of likability. This unconscious bait and switch is the root of almost all our intuitive failures. We make life-altering decisions based on answers to questions we didn't even know we were asking. Let's look at how aggressive this substitution can be. Consider a man named Steve. He is described by a neighbor as a meek, tidy soul with a need for order and structure and a passion for detail. Is Steve more likely to be a librarian or a farmer? Your intuition immediately screams librarian. The description perfectly matches our cultural stereotype, and System 1 effortlessly serves up the connection. But this chart shows the statistical reality. In the United States, there are more than 20 male farmers for every single male librarian. Because there are vastly more farmers overall, it is mathematically certain our tidy Steve is on a tractor, yet almost everyone guesses librarian. System 1 swapped probability for resemblance, sweeping base rate statistics aside. Kahneman calls this flaw WYSYATI. What you see is all there is. System 1 aggressively ignores missing information, constructing its conclusions using only the tiny, immediate scraps of evidence right in front of it. Your automatic brain is ultimately a machine for jumping to conclusions. It will happily sacrifice statistical truth just to quickly construct a coherent, believable story. This leads to a chilling psychological fact Kahneman calls the illusion of validity. The intense confidence we feel in an intuitive decision has absolutely zero correlation to whether that decision is actually correct. Subjective confidence is not a reliable measure of accuracy. It is merely a biological measurement of cognitive ease, a signal of how smoothly and quickly System 1 was able to stitch a story together. This leaves us in a trap. We cannot simply turn off System 1. And if we tried to rely entirely on our logical System 2 for every daily choice, we'd be paralyzed by the mental effort. Instead, we have to learn the vocabulary of our mistakes. By understanding concepts like substitution and what you see is all there is, We can recognize the cognitive minefields of complex, unpredictable environments before we step on them. The goal is not to silence our intuition. The goal is to recognize its loudest, most confident voice, not as a guarantee of truth, but as a warning alarm, the exact trigger we need to force our lazy system to wake up, slow down, and do the math.